Will the Wildcats continue their winning ways, or will the Chapman Panthers be able to grab the dub at home? All phenomenal questions, and all will only be answered with time. My name is Lucas Pan, accompanied by my partner in crime, Justin Lee. Justin, how are you doing today?
You're doing great, Lucas. Tonight is going to be a very exciting match between these two teams. They've been playing throughout the Sky Classic here tonight. Whenever you get these non-conference opponents playing each other, it's always exciting to see what other teams have got around the country that face off against teams that you've watched for a while now.
So many factors that we can watch in this game, so many points of discussion. And one of those points of discussion, team comparison. Justin, last time they played, 2021, so it's been a while.
Yeah, these teams have faced off with each other 6 times in the past, and obviously since 2021, the Panthers had the upper hand, like you said, 75 points to set 55 points with the Lindfield Wildcats. The last time the Wildcats have been able to beat the Panthers here, or actually away, was back in 2008 when the Wildcats won 72-63 in that game. So it's been a while. Some redemption here tonight for both of these teams, including the Wildcats.
And I'm sure that both teams are going to be very excited to be able to display the best of their abilities out there on the court. Of course, you always want to play as hard as you can, and someone who will, number 3, Mickey Vermeulen.
Yeah, the guard forward the junior out of Loveland, Colorado, 5'3", last night against Pomona Pitzer, 3 for 7 on field goals, 6 points. Didn't have a huge contribution, but her contribution on the court is on defense, and they're going to need her a lot tonight, especially against this really talented young team in the Chapman Panthers. And she's not the only junior that we're going to be looking out tonight, but Eve Burke, the other junior out of Port Angeles, Washington, 5'7", last night, 8 for 13 on field goals, 7 on 10 out on free throws, 11 rebounds, 24 points, led the team last night as they went into overtime against Pomona Pitzer, and which they won by 1 point in that game. They're going to be probably a little bit tired tonight. We'll see how that factor plays in against this really good Chapman team, who unfortunately lost yesterday to UT Dallas.
Of course, and having a player like that is so dangerous, but another dangerous player for the Chapman Panthers, number 33, McKenna Nitao, the guard. There's not too many players better than McKenna Nitao for the Chapman Panthers last season, scoring 270 total points, an absolute weapon down there on the court. A total time playing of 665 minutes. You love to see that, Justin. A real player who will sit down there, fight for you, fight for the team, and fight for the coaches. An 11.7 point average, so she's very consistent when it comes to getting those points into the basket. We know that she has been training as hard as she can. And another one of those phenomenal players down there for the Chapman Panthers will be number 12, Shanna Brown, the forward. When it comes to forwards, Justin, she's pretty much the ideal forward that you can have. 10.7 points per game. Another one of those very consistent players. You love to see that from more offensive-driven players, to have that consistency. 84% free throw percentage. She's an absolute sniper when it comes to hitting those free throws. Incredibly consistent all around, and a 5.4 rebound per game. So she's very patient when it comes to waiting to get her points, and it's going to be a very exciting contest today.
Yeah, and that's the theme for these Panthers teams. You talk about 7 sophomores, 6 freshmen for this Chapman Panthers team, and it's all credited to Carol Ju's perspective and being able to get this team together and be able to do what she's been able to do. 350-plus wins in her career, here going into her 22nd year. Obviously, she's been the stud, the coach to look out for when it comes to this team. And for Casey Bunn Wilson, hey, she's trying to look up to somebody just like Carol Ju, and the way that she's been in her 10th season, still trying to figure it out with her team. But this is a young squad of players here tonight, and again, they're a little bit tired. We'll see how that plays out tonight.
We will see how that plays out indeed, and so many things to be excited for. But now our very own Lisa Pressler down there on the court getting her own insight. Lisa, what do you got for us?
Thank you, Justin and Lucas. I'm Lisa Pressler, your sideline reporter for today's game. Now, both Chapman and Lindfield played yesterday against different teams. I recently had the opportunity to speak to Carol Ju about their game plan coming into today's game. And she said that their main strategy is going to be defense, not letting the other team score more than 50 points. That is the goal. Looking forward to an incredible game and seeing both teams bring the heat once again. Sending it back up to you guys in the booth.
Thank you so much, Lisa and Justin. So many things to be excited for in this game. We have 2 teams who are incredibly good, incredibly talented, and incredibly young out there on the court, but we'll be right back after this short break. And welcome back to the Hutton Sports Center. If you didn't catch the intro, my name's Lucas Patton, accompanied by my partner Justin Lee. And quite the exciting game we have ready for us, but now we're going to throw it down to the court to see who is part of our starting lineups in this game. And welcome back, and quite the lineups we have lined up for today's game. Of course, these lineups, Justin Lee, these are, quite star-strucken players down there on the field for Chapman. Starting Shanna Brown, Kaylee Kahala, Maylee Nakaji, Layla Woods, and the one and only McKenna Tao. So a great team for the Chapman Panthers.
Absolutely, and you talk about the Panthers and this young roster and this way this team's going to play out here tonight. Also played last night, like we mentioned, against UT Dallas, a Division II school that came in here and they lost in that game. For the Lindfield Wildcats, number 4, E. Burke. We talked about her, 32, Gillian Landis, 20, Ali Mead, 3, Mickey Vermillion, and 10, Amelia Salt will be the starters for the Lindfield Wildcats. And again, this is a young team that's also trying to show out. They played in overtime. They only had a little bit of time to rest. They had the whole day this morning and afternoon, and they're playing in the evening right now. We'll see. We'll see how this game's going to start out, whether it's going to be a fast one or a low-scoring game.
And I'm sure it could go anyway, Justin, but one thing that I like to think before the tip-off is underway, this game, Justin, probably going to be a very quick one. Lots of younger players down there on the court, as our very own Layla Wood lines up with Landis Gillian for the tip-off. And it appears that Lindfield will get the ball first down there on the court. Standing in the corner, Scott looking for options, trying to make something happen. Try to throw it away, but regained by Chapman over the ball, and it will be a foul. First foul of the game, coming pretty quick, Justin.
Yeah, first foul of the game. That was a great steal away from Callie Kahala, one of the other star players for this team, juniors, Oceanside, 5'7", kind of jumped right in front of the Lindfield player there, stole the ball away. The big thing for this Panthers defense, take more balls away. Turnovers is the key for this Carol Jew-led offense.
Mitao running in, going for the layup, and is not able to get it in the basket. So far, still 0-0, but now Lindfield running down. Played into Gillian, not able to make anything happen. Going for the little layup, and it is in. Mickey Vermeulen, who better than her to be able to get the first points underway in this game?
Yeah, kind of had a little bit of a fumble there, just put it right in the bucket. Easy layup for the Wildcats.
And now Chapman in a dangerous position, trying to find the little two, and it's good. Shanna Brown, one of those players that we talked about before the game started, Justin. And I'm sure as the game develops down there on the court, we'll see lots more from her. And now Chapman playing with that signature high pressure. Lindfield in this danger zone. Soft, assessing her options. Taking it inside, stepping around and try to lay it up, but not able to. Woods gaining possession back now. Mitao in the danger zone right off the 3. Into Woods. Woods holding up the play, looking for option, and not able to get that one in.
Foul was called against Mickey Vermillion. She got hands on Layla Woods, trying to get the little point after, right at the free throw line there. kind of got blocked on the way. It just looked weird that it came off her hands like that, like almost an air ball, but here, she gets to make up for her points on this free throw right here.
And now will be Layla Wood, the first free throw of the night. And just bounced off the rim on that one. Maybe dusting off some of the dirt in the beginning of the game, of course, trying to warm up.
Yeah, it's a little uncharacteristic. She's already 85% on free throws. Makes it this time.
As she sinks that one. Now Lindfield trying to get out the back, but Chapman, once again, with that signature high pressure that they love to play with. Mead playing it out. Vermeulen back to Mead. And Mead standing, trying to make something happen. Play it out to Burke. Burke back to Mead. Back to Vermeulen. Some intricate passing from Lindfield on this one from the Wildcats. But Chapman regaining possession now. Shanna Brown trying to run up the field, making something happen.
Nice job, kind of cornering the Lindfield offense right there in the middle, covering the center.
And now Shanna Brown just off the rim, not able to, but a foul.
Look like a blocking foul here.
Now the first substitution of the night coming out is number 3 for the Lindfield Wildcats. Mickey Vermeulen coming out, a pretty early substitution for them. And now smoothly put away by Shanna Brown. She lines up for the second one. And calmly puts both of those away. Cool and composed. One of her signature trademarks as number 14 comes in. Aiden Sheffrey coming out of Whittier, California.
Characteristic by Shanna Brown. That was great from her on free throws. She's perfect still in her entire career on free throws right now.
Now playing it out, Burke. Burke to Gillian over it, played around, trying to make something happen, being patient, one of the things that this Lindfield side is known for.
Pushing foul called against the Panthers. Looked like it was on Miley Nakaji.
And now, Soft trying to find her options, but taken away by the Chapman Panthers. Who better? But just defended, not able to execute that one. A phenomenal tracking back from Eve Burke. Make up for her team's mistake on that one.
Yeah, Amelia Soul kind of just passed it errantly, gave it to Shanna Brown. She kind of ran with it, and then all of a sudden, flying out of nowhere, Eve Burke slapped that ball away. Great job to get that ball back, at least push it out of bounds and let your team reset.
And now Brown back to Nitao. Nitao taking it for herself and phenomenally laid up from her. Who better? McKenna Nitao. We talked about her earlier, and she seems to be off to a quick start as we see another substitution for the Chapman Panthers. Coming into the field, number 20, Trinity Barreto.
You see her on the replay. Great stuff from McKenna Nitao, just taking the contact in her face.
And it will be a violation, I believe. And now Lindfield back on the ball, number 21 over it. Barter played out. Back to Barter. Trying to get around Chapman defense, playing very... And a foul against Madison Barter, one of those younger players who hasn't really had too much opportunity, Justin, on the team to really be able to get a start. And it's good to see her out there really making a name for herself.
Definitely, and then you can see that tiredness is kind of playing out just a tad bit and started off this game. You need a little bit more right now from this Lindfield team, but they're holding it on right now.
Holding their own indeed, and now we see me trying to play it into Gillian, and of course, one of Lindfield's star players, Landis Gillian, making names, and now for 3. Just missed it a little bit short on that one. Nitao going for the option early, but now we see Lindfield playing it up. Burke to Gillian, and Gillian just able to put that one into the basket. Quite back and forth game in this, Justin, so far. Both teams really showing a great offensive ability. Brown passing it around, trying to make something happen. Nital looking for the shot, can't get it off. Trying to find options. Is Bredo out to Watanabe, but just missed pass from her on that one.
Yeah, McKenna Nital trying to push on the inside, misstep there, miscommunication from Kira Watanabe. But how about Gillian Landis coming into this game, 4 points as she just entered in and putting it up with the layups. And McKenna Nital, again, rough start on the season, now 0 for 4 right now on 3 points, coming in from last night throughout this weekend. She's been off target with the 3-pointers.
And now we see Lindfield back in dangerous possession of the ball. Mead out to Soft. Playing it around. Barter trying to take it for herself. Barter looking for the shot, not able to. A tremendous job to get the ball back, and now back on the attack, Nital. On the edge, Brito playing it around. Brito back with the ball towards on the edge. Trying to run it inside for herself, lines up the shot, just a little bit too much mustard on that hot dog. Justin throwing that one over. And now Lindfield with a quick attack. Who better? Burke. Phenomenal offensive display from Lindfield. Of course, Eve Burke executing that one. We know that she's a dangerous character down there on the court.
Perfect execution, perfect to get that layup there. They're going fast on these turnovers.
No wasted time for the Lindfield Wildcats. And now we see Chapman back on the ball, trying to play it around, but Layla Woods almost giving up possession, playing it out to Nital, who takes it inside, played back to Woods. Layla Woods trying to jump it in, and it's good. Using the best of her ability on that one. We know she has it, Layla Woods. And quite the back and forth spectacle so far in this start of the game, Justin.
So far, yeah, it seemed like the Panthers are going away with this thing just for a minute, and then the Lindfield Wildcats are bringing it back right now.
And now Chapman back under the ball after the missed opportunity from Gillian. Nital looking for her options, trying to take it for herself into Woods, and Woods not able to, just hitting the rim, not really able to execute. Now played out to Soft. Soft taking it for her own. Phenomenally taken away. Layla Woods take a bow. Great defense from her. Now Chapman back on the attack. Nital walking it in, and
love it, love it, love it. I love that stuff from McKenna Nital getting in there. The fast breakaway, and then Layla Woods said, get that thing out of here. Gave it to her team as the other way around. Got a foul and looks like a timeout.
And you have to say, Justin, quite the rapid start. Both teams putting up points very early in the game. But we have to talk about number 25 for the Chapman Panthers, Layla Woods. I mean, she was great. And Nital, there we see the shot, cool and composed, smooth as butter. Just putting that one through the basket. And we knew that she was one of the danger players in this game, but showing it out for the crowd down there on the court.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of part of her game. McKenna Nital getting it inside the paint rather than the three-pointers outside. Again, with a rough start to the season, she's still trying to figure out that group just a little bit. They got to trust the process, especially with Carol Drew and how she runs the way that she does with this team, working on communication. Last night, there was conversations just talking to Carol Drew just about, the fact about this young team and the way that these players play with each other. There's not a lot of seniors on this team, zero, as a matter of fact. And they have to adjust to a new system, and especially without those seniors or players who have been in Carol Drew's system for a long time now, it's kind of hard to transition these players into how that system worked. Here in the beginning of the season, that's going to take some time.
Of course, and one of the things that Carol Drew is known for, Justin, is winning games. And so far in this game, Chapman Panthers up 11-8. Very good start and very quick start from her team. And hopefully we'll be able to continue to see great performances as this game develops. Now both teams walking back out on the court.
And right now, Lindfield is doing a great job of getting inside the paint, but they're just missing on some execution-wise stuff. If they can get back inside the paint, they've got a good chance to keep this and get that lead right back.
Mead throwing it all the way up to the field to Soft. Soft taking it for herself. Not able to, but it'll be a foul.
It looks like 2 points here, called against Kahala.
And Amelia Soft, we know that she has that scoring ability. And smooth as you want, Justin puts that one through the hoop. Now Soft looking up to take the second free throw for her. And smooth as you want. Both of them not even thinking of hitting the rim on that one as Chapman runs up the field looking for a quick break. Played into the field. Woods trying to make something happen. Layla Woods taking it for herself. Not able to. Just a little bit too much on that one.
Oh, no.
And Gillian getting that one back after 2 shots from Woods. Just not able to get that one in. Amelia Soft with some quick footwork on that one. Mead looking for options. Play out to Barter. Barter back to Mead. On the right wing into Gillian. And Gillian for the 3. And it is spectacular. Who better? Landis Gillian coming out of Waukema, Washington. Can't ask for better than that, but Chapman trying to make something of their own. Played out to Shanna Brown. And oh my goodness, Justin Lee.
Give me an eye for an eye, Gillian, and then Shanna Brown right back to back. Great mesh point there, but then Shanna Brown returns the favor on that 3-pointer.
And speak of the devil, Amelia Soft running up and doing it for herself. Back and forth. You love to see it, Justin.
It's kind of interesting. The Panthers aren't really challenging any of the players that are rushing right inside the paint. They're letting them get inside the middle right now, letting those layups happen.
As Shanna Brown puts a little bit too much on that one. And now the Wildcats running up the field. Trying to make something happen. Played out to Soft. Soft to Barter. Looking for options. Lots of time. Not too much pressure on her. Out to Soft. Playing it around. Allison Mead. Allison Mead not able to get that one into the hoop. And now Soft with the 3. Oh my goodness. Amelia Soft. Loveland, Colorado. And putting some love on that ball to get it through the basket.
Yeah, a lot of love there on that 3-pointer shot. They left the middle bunch, the inside paint, threw it out to Soft, and she puts it right in, or Salt right into the bucket.
Now Layla Woods almost giving it away dangerously, and not able to after that high pressure from the Lindfield defense. Amelia Soft trying to make something quick happen. We're just giving it away. Substitutions for both teams. Number 25 and number 12 coming in for Lindfield. We see Tana Hokema back down on the field, a freshman center. And you love to see some of these younger players getting involved down there on the field, really making a name for themselves, developing their own trademarks. You love to see it, Justin.
No, absolutely, especially with Ludwig out there right now, 6'2". That's a big piece on the center side, and you know, Carol Drew hasn't had that size that often with this team. It's usually players who are under 5'9", 6 foot. You never usually see players that tall. That's a big piece, especially with the freshman class that are coming in here.
And not able to get that one, Shanna Brown trying to make something happen. And now up the field. In possession of the ball, Ray playing it out to Burke. Burke playing it to Barter. Barter trying to take it for herself, not able to.
Travel.
And it will be traveling against the Wildcats on that one. As another substitution is called in. Curious one, Eva Burke coming out for number 2. Coming into the field, Jordan Roberts. One of 2 twins on this Lindfield Wildcats team.
Well, just like the city that they're from, Twin Falls, Idaho. 2 twins playing on the same team.
And you love to see playing like that. And the long shot. Oh
wow.
My goodness. You cannot believe your eyes. Kira Watanabe coming out of Portola. Now we see Salt laying it up.
Not exactly sure what happened there. Just called against Lindfield on this play. Look at this beautiful shot from Watanabe. Beautiful 3-pointer. We saw this last night as well. 2 for 4 on the 3 points. Coming in here, getting her first 3-point attempt, landing it. This is a player to watch out for him, man.
Watch out indeed. And Chapman Panthers have been laying down the law out there so far. 17 Chapman Panthers and Lindfield Wildcats 18. Very close game. Now taking it, Barreto. Not able to get it, giving up the foul and giving possession back to the Lindfield Wildcats. And now maybe we'll see that trademark pressure that we've seen all night long. Salt, Chapman giving him some space to run. 20 seconds left in the period. Playing it around to Barter. Barter taking it in for herself. Shielding him up, trying to get it in, and it is tucked away. Madison Barter on that one. Now, Lindfield need to move quickly if they want to make something happen, but just not able to do anything on that one. And you have to say, Justin Lee, you could not ask for a better first quarter than that one. Absolute fireworks down there on that court.
A lot of excitement out here, too. There's a lot of energy presence here on the court tonight. Even with them playing games last night, Chapman has been able to put things inside the basket. We've seen some great stuff from defense. Layla Woods making a great slap down. And also for Lindfield, some great stuff on the fast breaks.
Well, great stuff on the great stuff on the court from both teams, but now throwing it down to the sideline, Lisa Pressler. What do you got, Lisa?
Thank you, Lucas and Justin. It has been an exciting start as both teams are playing with great energy. Before this game, I interviewed Coach Casey Bunn-Wilson from Lindfield, and she said that she expected that Chapman will bring the pressure, which we have seen them do in this first half. She also said that the goal is to dictate the tempo. And so far, it's been a close game, and we'll just have to see what happens in the next half.
Such a tactical game like basketball, but so far in that first half, Chapman losing 17 and the Lindfield Wildcats with 20, but this game could really go any way, Justin.
No, it certainly can, and we saw that last night with Lindfield playing against Pomona Pitzer, where they had to go with overtime and seeing how that goes. And that was an interesting game last night, too. They played all the way through overtime, only 7 points. That was just enough to beat Pomona Pitzer in that period.
And now back under action for the second quarter of basketball here at Chapman University, giving away the ball. Little slip up from number 2, Jordan Roberts on that one. And the referees discussing amongst themselves which play they saw, but it will be the Wildcats getting the game underway. 21, Madison Barter. We've seen lots of action from her as the referees have a few words with some of the officials down there.
And Carol just double checking with the scorebook keeper right now, just trying to make sure that they get the right numbers on their sheet here.
Now Ray playing it around.
3-second penalty.
And listen to that Chapman crowd. They really like to hear that decision by the referee, and you love to see such good turnout from the parents, from friends coming out to watch their relatives play. You love to see that.
And a great thing to see that the Lindfield Wildcats fans also kind of travel out here all the way from Oregon.
Now we see going for the shot. Oh my gosh. Flush down the basket on that one. Tremendous finish. Callie Kahala. Now we see Lindfield trying to make something happen again. Barter trying to play it around, assessing her options, being patient with it. No rush, no problem for Lindfield as they try taking it in. Barter for the 3. Just a little bit too much on that one, and Chapman are on the break. Who better than Layla Wood? Smooth as you want, Justin Lee.
Layla Woods has been also shooting it from inside that half circle near the free throw line the entire night. Kind of 2 for 4 right now in that spot, but great stuff from the fast break.
Layla Woods being tremendous in this first half of action that we've seen. And there we see it again. Tipping that one away, stopping the danger as a substitution is being brought in for the Wildcats. Number 3, Vermeulen back in the game. Such an important player. And one of the danger players for the Wildcats, number 32, Landis Gillian, the real threat to the Chapman Panthers, being substituted back on as the game is underway. Playing it around, Vermeulen, you know she can take a 3. Vermeulen trying to find something. Play it out, taking it in for herself. Not too long. And just taking a little bit too much time on that one. Not able to get her shot away.
Coach And Coach Bun Wilson was also pointing to her from the sideline to her team, telling them, hey, you got to watch the clock, keep that in mind. The shot clock ran down. They didn't seem like they were communicating on the inside paint, counting down the clock on that shot.
Now we see Chapman trying to make something of that one. Taking it in for herself, trying to play through, but defensive takeaway excellently from Lindfield by herself. And laid up to perfection, Jaden Ray.
That was a great steal away. Nita was trying to get it on the inside, and Ali Mead stole that one right in front of her, ran it down, passed it to Jaden, put it right in the bucket.
Right in the bucket to perfection. Now we see Woods playing it over, throwing it up to the corner. Nita trying to make something happen. Bouncing around, Wildcats able to get possession back, throwing up the field quickly. Vermeulen putting her back to it, trying to find some options, played into the box. And oh my goodness, Justin Lee, nothing you can do. Landis Gillian absolutely storming her way down the field.
Especially when you have that kind of height advantage. It's tough to deal against somebody who's that tall and 6'2", the senior out of Yakima, Washington.
Not too much you can do against such a phenomenal player. Speaking of phenomenal players, Nital finding the pass to Woods. Woods trying to find Nital. Defensive takeaway spectacularly from the Wildcats. And now they're running down that field. Court, not field. Roberts, just a little too far to the right on that one.
Called it off of Layla Woods as it went out of bounds. They're going to give it back to the Wildcats here.
As Eve Burke is brought in, substituting out Jordan Roberts. And we have to talk about Eve Burke. She's been one of the dangerous players down there on the court for the Lindfield Wildcats, but
yeah, they call it blocking foul here. Offensive foul against number 4, Eve Burke, as she kind of planted her feet there, wasn't set, wasn't allowing any of the Panthers to come through and try to set themselves up on defense inside the paint.
And now we see Woods trying to find something happen. Nital with some space. Nital trying to find Shanna Brown. Shanna Brown being patient, waiting for it. Layla Woods just not able to get those points down. It'll be a foul against the Chapman Panthers.
There's a charging foul there against the Panthers.
And 2 substitutions coming in for the Chapman Panthers. And one of those substitutions, number 14, Aiden Sherfy, coming out of Whittier, California, standing at 5'10", one of the dangerous, taller players on this Chapman team. And hopefully she'll have a tremendous influence as the Wildcats run down the field, played out to Vermeulen. Vermeulen trying to make something happen on that one. Played out to the corner. And taking it in for herself, number 20, take a bow. Allison Mead getting her point on that one. Nital playing it around into Brown. Brown just holding it up, waiting for some options to open up. Trying to get around Landis Gillian, but nothing you can do. We have to say, Justin, Landis Gillian has been dominating it down there on the court.
No, she absolutely hasn't, especially with that height advantage over these Panthers right now. They don't even have their height out there at the moment. Right now, the Wildcats kind of have the height advantage, and there's some great stuff there from Ali Mead as well on the defensive side.
And now we see Shanna Brown trying to play it out to Nital. Nital going for it, and just a little short on that one, trying to get the rebound, not able to. And now the Wildcats running down with some space. Trying to find Gillian, some physicality down there. Nital by herself. Nital going for it. A little bit too much, just bouncing off the rim on that one.
Yeah, a little too much juice there twice now for Nital on the inside. She's not able to get those shots in there. Again, just that slow start for Nital. We saw her with the 3-point earlier. Just having some issues still.
And now we see the Wildcats trying to make something happen. Going to make it for herself, not able to, but a foul. That'll be 2 free throws for the Wildcats. And a substitution. Amelia Salt coming back in the game. We were talking all about her in the first quarter. Real danger out there as Allison Mead gets ready to take the free throws. And just a little bit short, bouncing off the rim on that one.
Yeah, right now, both Salt and Landis right now In that first quarter, they're leading the team in total points, 14 in total for both of them.
And now Chapman running down the court, trying to make something happen on the quick break. Trying to find the pass. Shanna Brown playing it off. Barreto playing it. Shanna Brown trying to make something happen, but giving possession away. Now Mead on the ball, playing it out to Burke, and Burke, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful from the Lindfield Wildcats, Justin.
They're absolutely dominating on the transition game right now, really getting inside, and they're really blocking the inside paint, not letting the Panthers get inside at all.
And Akaji just throwing that one out of bounds, trying to find the pass, but just not able to. And it will be a timeout. So you have to say, Justin Lee, Lindfield Wildcats have the lead going into this second timeout, but as we see there, we have to talk about Eve Burke coming out of Port Angeles, Washington. The big story with her, Justin Lee, stepping up for the injured Ella Kobelin. Of course, Ella Kobelin, number 5, one of those real captains on this Wildcat side, but so far you have to say Eve Burke has really stepped up to the role.
No, she absolutely has, and so far, even throughout this whole weekend, and like last night, 8 for 13, like we talked about, field goals against Pomona Pitzer, and then coming in here and showing out once more, especially with people stepping up like Solt and Landless right now. There's a reason why the Wildcats are up by this score right now in the middle of this second quarter. Panthers just haven't been able to stop this fast rushing turnover, and the fast break points have been just the trouble for the Panthers to really control right now. They're not letting them set themselves up on defense. They've got to be able to handle that pressure a little bit more.
And one of those players who are not able to be stopped, Landis Gillian. I mean, we have to talk about her, Justin Lee, absolutely bullying her way to success down there on the court. She has been tremendous in these 2 quarters of game. And now the team's going out, getting ready for the remaining 4 minutes and 34 seconds left on the clock. If you're just tuning in, my name is Lucas Patton, accompanied by my partner in crime, Justin Lee. And the score, Chapman Panthers 22, Lindfield Wildcats 29 with the lead. And back under possession, Mead trying to make something happen. Nakaji in front of her, Mead taking it for herself. Excellent from Mead. And now Chapman trying to make something happen on that one. Playing it around, Nakaji playing it into Woods, and Woods taking it for herself. Not able to, a little bit too much off that one, off the rim. Mead for the Lindfield Wildcats with some time and space. Solt playing it out to Vermeulen. We know that she has a good shot on her. Vermeulen trying to call for options. Vermeulen taking it inside and found Gillian somehow, but Gillian not able to put that one into the back of the net. And Chapman just knocking that one out of bounds. Bit of a mistake from that one, trying to get possession. And now we see Vermeulen coming out for number 21. Madison Barter, the freshman coming out of Evanston, Washington. And you do love to see, as we're talking about the freshman involvement, some of the younger players, it's always pivotal in college sports to get that development, especially in a non-conference game like this one. You love to see the coaching.
No, absolutely. And one of the things that Casey Bunn-Wilson was trying to emphasize was about player development, like you said, building strong team core. You know, obviously they ended the season last year in the NWC just outside of a playoff berth, looking to get back in there with that.
Now the referee's having some discussion with themselves down there, as Lindfield will get it underway. Solt trying to make something happen.
3-second violation call against Lindfield. They were just inside that paint for too long.
A little bit too long from the Lindfield Wildcats on that one. Now we see Chapman down on that field, played around to Woods, excuse me. Layla Woods trying to find something, lining up the shot, can't make anything, and tremendous block. Allison Mead. You have to say that is huge from Mead, defending on that one. It'll be Nitao to throw it in. Nitao trying to find Shanna Brown over the top of everybody, but thrown a little bit too far behind her.
Yeah, just a little bit of an error throw there again. They haven't really, see again, the communication for the Panthers has just been, that's the emphasis here for Carol Ju. That's what she talked about, is just been an issue for this team so far to start off the season. Need to work on that just a little bit more and work on those executions.
Now Mead playing it out. Barter with some options, trying to make something happen out to Salt. Salt playing it to Barter to Mead, and Mead just a little bit off on that one, bounces off the rim and out of bounds. And you have to say, not shy for trying. You see lots of three-point attempts in these two first quarters. Now we see Brown assessing her options, lining it up.
He's not really a dedicated three-point shooter for both of these teams, but so far we've seen Kira Watanabe make threes.
And Woods a little bit to the side of the rim, bouncing off that one out of bounds. And Layla Woods, we do have to talk about her, Justin. Of course, we knew that she was one of those star athletes for the Chapman's women's basketball team. And in this game, she has been absolutely putting it away, playing phenomenally on the court. And now we see Salt playing it around, but taken away almost. Kahala trying to make something happen. Gillian for three, just bounce off that one. A little bit too deep, that one. Now we see Chapman running up. Nitao playing it to Woods. Across to Brown, and Brown.
Love it. Great stuff there from Layla Woods to give it over to Shannon Brown right inside the paint. The transition game there, good stuff.
The trifecta of death for the Lindfield Wildcats, the three arguably best players for the Chapman Panthers, connecting to make that one go in. Now we see Gillian being patient, holding it up. Mead. A little bit of shooting from Gillian, and Mead trying to make something happen. Played out to Burke. Burke all the way to the corner. Bouncing, and it's in, but won't count.
Yeah, nothing there happening, and no points called there. Lindfield doesn't like that call at all.
And now number 23 for the Chapman Panthers, Maylene Akaji, coming back on the field. Giving Coach Carol Ju doing a phenomenal job at really rotating her players, giving everyone a rest. As Brown trying to find options.
Inside foul called here against Lindfield. A little bit of some pressure from the Lindfield Wildcats that the Panthers reset a little bit. Good things, they're gonna have to really continue working on that execution more. Just like that.
Speaking of execution, right on the dot, Justin Lee calling that. And now we see Salt patiently walking it around, played out. Barter cutting in, trying to take it inside, not able to, finding the pass out to Burke. And Burke taking it for herself. Burke playing it out to Salt. And we know Salt has a good three-point arm on her. As she lines up the shot, not able to. And just bounced a little bit too much on that one. Barter. Now we see Chapman Panthers, Nitao trying to make it happen. Very good defender from Barter on that one. Salt.
Trying a little too much on that pass there.
And Salt assessing her options, trying to make something happen. We've seen her all over the court in this game, a real Swiss Army knife. And now we see Burke playing it around to Gillian.
Foul on the inside, Gillian. Ref went to the wrong side.
A little bit of miscommunication from him, but now we see Salt looking for her options. Trying to make something happen, played all the way out, but beautifully taken away from Brown. Just not able to keep that one in bounds, but a very good tip from her defensive play. And so far in this first half of action, you have to say, Justin Lee, that Shannon Brown has been all over the court.
You know, she has been all over, Brent. There's a good reason why. Obviously, one of the star-studded freshmen from last year, now in her sophomore year, trying to excel her position as one of the established players for this Panthers team.
Now we see Barter being patient, trying to make something happen. Not too much going for her. Play it out to Mead. Mead holding it deep, trying to find something. Gillian. And a bit of a miscommunication on that one. Shannon Brown taking it away.
I'm gonna take their time here. I like this. Take your time here. Don't let the pressure get to you. I know you got to go fast, but Use the clock to your advantage.
Clock to the advantage indeed, and for the three, just not able to make that one happen. And you have to say, quite a phenomenal first half of action, excuse me, Justin Lee. You couldn't ask for better action than that.
Now, we talked about that about the first quarter as well, and talking about this action so far. So far, Lindfield has been able to get inside the paint with the fast breaks, slowing things a little bit down, but Panthers are just not executing on their shots. They're kind of trying to push the boundary a little bit, and once you push that boundary too much, then you start losing your factors on execution. You're seeing that throughout the game right now. Going to need to work on that, especially with Carol Drew talking with him, and I'm sure she's going to have to make some adjustments here for this Panthers team.
I'm sure we will, and one thing that we have seen in this first half of action here at Chapman University, we've seen lots of rotation from the teams, allowing each player to rest up, go to the bench, get some water, maybe freshen up a little bit, and then come back on the field and give the best of their ability. But you have to say, some star players, Layla Woods, I mean, couldn't ask for a better performance from her, Justin.
No, and Layla Woods and Shayna Brown, they're playing their hearts out right now. We saw that last night where they were really playing well to their advantage, and obviously, with the amount of points. And so far, Nitao and Nakaji, they've been very quiet in this game so far. I mean, they've made some contributions, but you need a little bit more, especially from newer players like Watanabe, and leaving Nitao out there. I know, that's one of your better players, but if she's not hot right now, try to let these other freshmen play a little bit and see where they're at.
And so far, Carol Drew has done a phenomenal job at allowing all her players to really get some action down there. But you do have to say, for the Wildcats, Landis Gillian, she's been a tank down there on the court.
No, she has been. And again, that height advantage is big. And that's why, in the game of basketball, that height is kind of hard to defeat. Whenever you get a player like that and using that height to your advantage, especially here in D3, whole different story, right? And we talked about the execution a little bit earlier, seeing these inside points and inside the paint. They're doing fine. The Panthers are just on the outside on the field goals, just haven't been executing as well. But they're, again, the Lindfield Wildcats with the fast break points, they've been able to take advantage of that very well. The Panthers just not being able to sprint down the way and get back into position as quickly as possible. And then letting people like, Gillian Landis, like we just talked about, perform the way that she's performing. 3 points, getting inside the paint, being a force to be reckoned with, and they've got to figure out how to cover her.
They really do need to figure that out. Of course, that 1 3-pointer from Kira Watanabe, no shy of throwing it from deep. Of course, we saw that in the games yesterday, and we'll see more of it in today's game, as we have seen. But from these highlights, I mean, we have to give tremendous credit. Allison Mead, one of the sophomores, didn't have too great of a start her freshman year, but has been performing absolutely spectacular, covering all sides of the court down there. They've all been phenomenal, and you have to give credit. Lots of some of the typically quieter players for the team, both Chapman Panthers and the Wildcats, have been really coming into action for themselves. But now, for our very own action down there on the court, Lisa Pressler with an interview. Lisa, once again, what do you got for us?
I'm here with number 11, Kira Watanabe's father, Keith. My first question for you is, how has it been watching her play for Chapman, as this is her first year with the team?
Oh, it's been great so far. Everybody, all the parents and the players, they've been welcoming us, and we're have really some exciting games to watch, so we're really enjoying it.
Love it. And what makes this team so much special compared to the other ones that she has played for?
Well, I mean, she also had a great high school team, but, just another higher level college basketball, and how the girls all like each other. I mean, we live close by in Irvine, and she never comes home. And we thought she'd at least come home once in a while. So she's having all the fun with all her teammates and enjoying Chapman.
Yeah, I love that. And she's a really impressive player. So thank you so much for sharing. Go Panthers. Sending it back to you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. And you have to say, Justin, for a team that doesn't have any seniors, the Chapman Panthers really stringing together some beautiful basketball.
No, they definitely are, and especially with this freshman here, with Kira Watanabe's dad, being here tonight and watching her kid play, all the way from down the road here in Irvine and from Portola High School, you know, her size is not, you know, up there, obviously. You know, just like me, I'm a small guy, right? You know, and Kira Watanabe, you know, being able to make those 3-pointers, this is a big contribution. The reason why she's on this team is because, you know, Carol Dewey looks at those types of players, looks at their academics, looks at the way that they compose themselves. And, you know, if you're a player like that, you know, you could be another Muggsy Bogues, right? You know, you could be whoever you want to be in this game. And obviously, we've talked about it in sports. Your heart is bigger than yourself, right? And that's exactly what Carol Dewey wants to put or implement with these players that come in here with these recruiting classes.
Your heart is bigger than yourself is a perfect way to put that, Justin Lee. And you do have to talk about the Wildcats as well. Tons of credit to them. They've been spectacular playing away from home, and they've been really putting up a phenomenal fight here at Chapman. I mean, playing away from home, it's never easy.
No, it is never easy, obviously. You know, you got to go travel, stay at a hotel, wherever that is and whatnot, and seeing the way that this is. And so far, you know, they played pretty well, and Gillian Landis, the only senior down here on the court, and showing off why that veteran experience comes into play here for this team. You know, that's a dedicated leader right there. Whenever you have a player that has that much experience throughout 4 years of her career in you know, the college atmosphere here, that's great. Shanna Brown also doing very good. Free throws, perfect. Field goals, perfect. So the only thing is just that supporting cast has just not been able to get things set here. So a little bit more from the Panthers bench, and I think the adjustment will be to use those bench players just a little bit more as the rest of this game goes.
And you have to say, Justin, both these players tremendously good. And Gillian Landis, one of the few players, if anything, the only player actually who has played the Chapman Panthers before, and it's really been using her experience down there on the court. But you have to say, Justin, quite the spectacular first half of action. But you couldn't ask for better basketball than that, especially from all the different kind of players. But we'll be, with all that action coming your way, we'll be right back after this break. and welcome back to more action here at the Hutton Sports Center. My name is Lucas Pan, accompanied by arguably the best commentator in Chapman history, Justin Lee. And Justin, what a first half of action that we saw down there on the court. So many moments that have turned dust to gold. What do you have to say about it?
It has been very interesting so far in this game. So far, we've seen a team who's been able to dominate inside the paint, a team who's been able to dominate on fast breaks. Panthers are just holding on to a thread right now against this Lindfield Wildcat team. And you look at the way that these teams have been kind of flowing with each other. Right now, Lindfield is leading inside the paint, 20 points in total to just Chapman's 8 points inside the paint. We've got to do a better job of playing inside the paint, but also the fast break points, 6 in total. And with that lead, Lindfield has been able to dominate 11 minutes and 34 seconds in this game so far compared to Chapman, 5 minutes and 57 seconds with the lead change. 8 lead changes in this game, Lucas.
And you do have to say, it is very exciting times to be here at Chapman University as Chapman gets the ball back under possession. Layla Woods trying to make some options, taking it for herself. Just a little bit short on that one. Gillian handing it off to Salt. Now Salt throwing it up quickly, trying to find Vermeulen. We know that she can score, and she does score. Who better than Mickey Vermeulen, one of those star players we've talked about. A bit of a quiet game from her at the moment, but I'm sure she'll get warmed up as this second half of action gets started away. And speak of the devil, some great defensive action from Mickey Vermeulen, getting possession back for the for the Lindfield Wildcats.
That's also arguably one of the best players on the team as well. 31 points average last season for this Wildcats team. Kind of been quiet, right? Just like the Panthers, star and McKenna Nitau. The stars have been kind of quiet, but the other players on the bench have been showing out.
And I'm sure both coaches are going to be over the moon with how their teams have been able to step up to the plate and really help their team up. Speaking of helping their team out, Shanna Brown take a bow, and quite the way to start this second half of action. Shanna Brown sinking it for 3. And great defense right there from Mayley Nakaji. And we have to talk about that 3 from Shanna Brown, Justin. Absolutely spectacular.
No, we definitely do. We talked about it as being the top performer in that first half. Coming back here, and what a way to start the second half, trying to get our team back on their heels.
Now a bit of a scuffle down there. Some bodies hitting the court. Mayley Nakaji putting everything on the line. And now it'll be back underway. Mead trying to find something for herself. Vermeulen taking it for herself. Vermeulen 1, Vermeulen 2, and Vermeulen finding Gillian. And what a pick from her in the paint.
Yeah, and again, Gillian, we saw that plenty of times inside earlier with the inside points of the paint. Gillian just continued to be a factor here. Charging foul called against Layla Woods.
And listen to that Lindfield crowd.
Yeah, just kind of pushed the inside there on against Lindfield, and didn't give them a chance. She had her feet planted right inside of the paint. Great job of just staying in there. Mickey Vermeulen just staying in there against Layla Woods, not giving her a chance.
And now we see Lindfield back on the action. Playing it out to Burke. Burke to Salt. Trying to find Gillian, and Gillian again. Who can stop her? Justin. Landis Gillian racking up another point, adding more to her tally in tonight's game.
No, they've had no answer for her tonight so far, and again, dominating inside the paint. That height advantage is just too much for this Panthers defense.
Too much indeed, and now we see Shanna Brown taking it against 2, trying to get something.
2 points inside the paint. Gillian with the foul there against Shanna Brown. This is where she also excels in terms of the offensive points and where she totals. Obviously still perfect on this season with the free throws right now, 2 here.
And more perfection from her. Shanna Brown sinking that one. And let's see if she can sink the last one, Justin. And of course she can. One of the star players for Chapman Panthers, Shanna Brown.
Again, showing off why that prowess, that free throw percentage is so perfect for Shanna Brown. She practices that day in, day out.
And speaking of perfection, oh my goodness, Landis Gillian, who can stop her? No one can.
She scored 7 points in the last 2 minutes so far. No one can stop her, man.
And the Chapman Panthers really gonna need to watch out for her if they want to come away with a win in this game. Of course, 9-point deficit and not able to sink that one.
That ball looked like it almost went out of bounds.
And now Nitao trying to find something. Shanna Brown with a bit of fancy footwork on that one. Going up Gillian, going for the shot. Bouncing around, not able to, and Gillian, who better than her to get that one back for her team. Now we see them running down the field, looking for the quick break. Oh my goodness. Eye candy that one, Justin Lee. Who better? Eve Burke absolutely nailing that one.
We call that the teaser, man. Just rolling around the net like that. Oh gosh. Play with my emotions.
Cinematography basketball on that one. Now we see Chapman going up again, trying to make something happen, being nice and patient. Nitao trying to make something happen, but just not able to.
Called it against Salt there. Thought it came off of Nitao. I thought it came off her knee there, but from our angle up here, it's kind of hard to see from that backside when they go towards the little cubby there where our Cam 5 is dealing.
And what a block. We've talked about this Lindfield defense all game long, and they don't seem to be getting tired anytime soon.
Well, you try to do it against Eve Burke and Gillian Landless. You got no chance, especially with Nitao there trying to do something.
Now we see Salt playing it out, but take away from who better? Shanna Brown. Shanna Brown just not able to get it away, but she tries again for it, not able to. Salt getting the ball back for her team, and now danger for the Panthers, and it is Eve Burke.
And they just couldn't even finish on that point there. Shannon Brown tried it twice, took it away, and then again with the fast break point. Lindfield really taking the Oregon energy down here to Southern California.
And saying to the Chapman Panthers, anything you can do, I can do better. And now with the big lead, Chapman trail 31-44. And we have to talk about her, Justin Lee. Landis Gillian, with the time gone by in this third quarter, absolutely dominating. Eve Burke, another one of those athletes down there on the court who have been absolutely tremendous in this third quarter of action.
And both of them right now are just playing fantastically right now. Eve Burke, on the defensive rebounds, taking those and giving advantage. 1 assist so far. Gillian Landis has just been perfect right now in this game, right? It's been tough. The Panthers just haven't been able to figure out that height advantage from Lindfield with Gillian Landis there.
A very big difference in height for some of the players, specifically Landis Gillian. We've been talking about her all night long. She has been dominating down on that court, but you also have to give a shout out to some of the other players on this Wildcat side. Allie Mead has been absolutely tremendous for the Lindfield Wildcats. And you have to say, a real team effort from the Wildcats. Of course, Landis Gillian and Eve Burke being some of those standout players, but a real team performance so far.
And right now, this is that quarter where Lindfield dominates in points, just like we saw against that promoted Pittsburgh team. They scored 20 points in the third quarter last night, 20 in total compared to the rest of the other quarters that they scored in. And also for the Panthers, this is where they excel in scoring points. So this is where those halftime adjustments come in. And hopefully Carol Drew's got something cooked up for this team, because they're going to need it right now to get back in this.
And something cooked up for this team. Shanna Brown cooking it up for the team. Like you said, Justin Lee. Oh my goodness.
That was great. Shanna Brown twice now on the three-pointers. They're going to need to turn to her to do some more. And also getting fouled by Landis. Why not give some extra points to Shanna Brown?
And with that absolutely spectacular record, she'll be taking the free throws. But as we see here on the replay, absolutely sinks that one. As she sinks the free throw. Perfect score for her so far. But now the Wildcats looking to run up the field, make something of their own. Eve Burke taking it.
Call this one a on Nia Greenwood, freshman out of Oakland, California. Just came into the game, trying to work on defense a little bit. And then here's Carol Ju putting in the bench to give them a little bit of time, give them some experience, Lucas.
And now we see Mickey Vermeulen trying to make something happen out to Burke. Burke with some quick footwork down there on the court. Mead to speechless, Justin Lee. Who better? Allison Mead. She's been completely dominating in this game. One of the younger players to do it too, only a sophomore, but now we see Miley trying to make something happen. Out to Nitao. Nitao taking it. Moving the ball around. Shanna Brown, can she? Just a little bit too much on that one. And now, quick break for the Wildcats coming up the field. Court, excuse me. Salt trying to make something happen. Balls in the air, bouncing around players' heads. Knocked around, and a large amount of substitutions coming in for the Wildcats.
The Panthers too just switch out their whole side as well as they were going through. It looks like there's going to be a timeout now. Yeah, interesting stuff so far. It seemed like there was going to be a foul called with Gillian Landis going down on that play. She had Nia Greenwood all over her, went down to the ground. But hey, this is right now just a little soft rally from this Panthers team. We need a little bit more. Missed this three-pointer, but this one was perfect.
And Shanna Brown, we know that she has a tremendous arm when it comes to getting those three-pointers into the basket. And in tonight's game, folks, she has been doing that to perfection, nailing most shots that she's taken. And here we can see Carol Ju really trying to give her team some advice. Down 11 points with 4 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in this third quarter. My name is Lucas Patton, up here in the commentator's booth alongside my partner Justin Lee. And quite the game of action that we've been able to commentate so far. Some tremendous performances from both sides of the court. And you just simply love to see it.
Yeah, it's been very interesting so far in this game. The first half, Chapman was dominating a field goal percentage. Well, not entirely. 10 for 24 in that first half. Lindfield compared to them 13 for 24. The only bright side so far has been that three-point percentage, 3 for 6. They were 50% on 3 points in that first half. Gonna need more. Shannon Brown has been kind of picking up the slack on that end for the Panthers.
And if the Chapman Panthers are gonna want to come back in this game, they're gonna need more than just Shanna Brown to use some of her magic. And now we see the Wildcats in some space. Gilly knocked to the ground on that one.
That one was against Shanna Brown on that foul there, working on Landis, who went down on the ground. You talked about the players who need to step up here. Nitao's out of the game. Woods is out of the game right now on the bench, giving a little bit of rest. So give these players some experience.
And quite the hit Landis Gillian took down there. And you can hear the Chapman crowd on that one showing off their reaction. Maybe not agreeing with the ref.
It seemed like Landis was just tripped up there, and the Panthers crowd here doesn't really like that call against Emerson Ludwig. Now the size is kind of even up. 6'2" freshman against a 6'2" senior. She makes that free throw, and just the fact that they have the size advantage evened out now, this is a good chance for the Panthers to take advantage against this team, but those calls detrimental.
Detrimental indeed, as Landis Gillian isn't able to execute that final free throw. And now Chapman with some work to do, moving up the field quickly, playing it around. Kahala trying to make something happen. Shanna Brown just a little bit too much on that one, not able to put that one through the basket. Allison Mead playing it up quickly, but Shanna
nice.
Brown, my oh my, Swiss Army knife, going from missing the point to all the way back, getting the takeaway for her team. Now we see Miley just a little bit off to the left on that one.
She's been also been kind of missing on the three-pointers so far this season as well. Still slow start to the season. Again, Nakaji just need a little bit more experience out there to get this thing going.
And speaking of Nakaji on that one, putting her body on the line, and now for the Chapman Panthers coming back in, the two star players, Nitao and Woods. hoping to mix some things up down there on the court. Watanabe looking for options out to Woods. Woods back, Watanabe trying to play it up to Brown. Brown playing it to Woods. We know what she can do, and she does it again and again and again, Justin Lee. Layla Woods sinking that one.
And again, they're going to need more from Layla Woods. She's been slow to a start as well tonight, not making some of the shots, but making a comeback here in this third quarter.
Trying to make the comeback indeed. Now we see Barter trying to make something happen, using the hold-up play, going inside and trying to get the layup, but not able to. And it'll be McKenna Nitow who gets the ball back after the foul.
Called a charging foul against the inside shooter there, number 21, Madison Barter, trying to push her way inside the paint. Nakaji not letting her through.
Now we see Nitow assessing her options, trying to make something happen. Brown into Woods, and Woods just not able to get that one as it bounces off the rim. And now it seems to be a quick break for the Wildcats going down the field. Allison Mead playing it into Gilliam. Gilliam trying to find Mead again, but not able to. Instead finds Ray. Ray taking it for herself. Ray not giving it up, trying to find something played out. And beautiful little tip from who better, Shanna Brown on that one, not letting anything get by her. And we've seen lots of offensive displays from Shanna Brown, Justin, but we have to talk about her defense. She has been spectacular on tracking back, getting takeaways, and not letting anything get by her.
No, absolutely, and they're going to need more of that defense here with that Magic. And now they just brought in Ludwig to trade out for Layla Woods on the side there to even out this size once again.
Now we see the Wildcats in space, going for a three, just a little bit too off to the right. A little bit of an air ball on that one. It'll be the Chapman Panthers back under possession.
Yeah, tried to deliver the mail there and no mailbox in sight.
Watanabe taking it up, trying to make something happen, looking for her options. Assessing the court, trying to see what is open and what isn't. Nitow to Brown. Watanabe trying to take it inside, not really able to. Looking for options to Layla Woods. Layla Woods trying to find Brown, finds Brown. And that's Gillian in front of her. Layla Woods just not able to get that one. Brown not able to, but getting the foul.
Great job from Shannon Brown to get in there, rally to the middle of the paint to try to get that rebound back. This is what they were struggling with a little bit, allowing Lindfield to get those rebounds off the glass there, and now they get to reset a little bit more. And once again, with Shannon Brown here at the free throw line, you know, she tried to make the shot there. She did, getting fouled anyway. You might as well get the free throws. She's perfect.
She has been quite perfect in this game. Speaking of perfection, there she is again, sinking another free throw. Just tallying up to her very good record. As she sinks that one again, not even skimming the rim a little bit. Perfect buckets from Shanna Brown so far. And with 1:40 left in this third quarter, Chapman Panthers trail 39-47. As the Wildcats are trying to run up the field and make something happen for their own. Ray standing over the ball. Have blockers in front of her. Ray trying to get something. But very, very well defended. Emerson Ludwig, Chapman's very own freshman. You love to see her out there on the field getting her name. Of course, one of the more dangerous players for the Chapman Panthers because of her height, standing at 6'2" tall. A very dangerous weapon, and now being substituted out. Replacing her will be number 25, the myth and the legend, Layla Woods, coming back in and hoping to make a big influence.
And again, that size advantage just comes out of the game right there. She's trying to block on the inside against Jaden Ray. Didn't allow her to get a shot on. That size works, but you know, those fouls, another detriment to this Panthers team.
Another detriment and maybe a little bit moment of grace for the Chapman Panthers. Jaden Ray missing both their free throws, but now they're still down on the field trying to make something happen. And it'll be a foul in favor of the Lindfield Wildcats.
Another shot foul here against the Panthers, against Kahala. Didn't seem like much, but unfortunately, in the favor of Eve Burke. They're playing aggressively right now inside the paint. This is what's been working for them throughout this game and into this third quarter right now. Been questionable so far, but also the Lindfield Wildcats just right now in this very moment, the free throw's not entirely perfect.
And now we see Watanabe coming out for McKenna Nitau. Nitau back on the field as Eve Burke sinks that one perfectly. Perfect from the sophomore guard. She lines up to take the second one and sinks that one again. So we have to talk about Eve Burke. Justin replacing Ella Kobelin. One of the captains on the team got injured and isn't able to play for a long time. But who has time to talk about the Lindfield Wildcats, Chapman Panthers, Layla Woods, making us switch up our storylines up here in the booth.
Switching it up indeed, and why not? You want to get this better support for this Panthers team? Why not? And they called a charging foul. They called a charging foul against Burke.
Charging foul indeed. Eve Burke just trucking her way through that one. Quite a clear call from up here in the booth.
No, absolutely, and Lindfield didn't like that call at all, but that was a clear one. Charging in front of Layla Woods there. Easy one for the refs.
McKenna Nitau getting into the danger zone, trying to make something happen. Shanna Brown assessing her options, trying to make something happen. Kahala on the ball, over the ball, bouncing around, just not able to get that one off. And great play from her, number 21 for the Wildcats, Barter, doing a tremendous hold-up play, using her body and her basketball awareness to not give up possession. And speaking of Barter, on the ball, running inside, Eve Burke taking in for her, number 25, not able to really get that one off. And now we see Chapman Panthers, Nitau running down the field again, trying to make something happen. Not too much time left, only 5 seconds. And Nitau is able to put that one away. 2 seconds left. And that will really help out the Chapman Panthers, giving them a bit of momentum going into the fourth quarter. And you have to say, in this fourth quarter, it has been, well, as we saw throughout this entire game, the Lindfield Wildcats really doing a great job to be able to keep that lead. And with all that said, we will be right back after this short break.
Get it, put that on a Bible. This is survival. Gotta treat every move like the final. 1 by a mile. Nobody believe it, they all in denial. Look at me, look at me. Still in the show, that's the crook in me. They want me gone with the hook in me. Asking why is he here like I shouldn't be. I've been on grind since Auto. 10,000 hours the motto. They see the bag is coming out and flocking to me like I won the lotto. Dancing with the devil, there's no recital. I'm killing competition, ain't no revival. I shoot it to kill it, I'm aiming for vitals. I'm showing no mercy when facing my rivals. Snakes in the crash, they getting exposed. I know they be lurking, I'm watching them close. Acting like friends, but really they foes. Saw they be scheming and said adios. Get it, don't mindset. Ay, back with a vengeance, back on the grinds, back to the business. Ay, God is my witness, they watching my moves like shows they binging. Ay, best keep distance, all of my haters send best of wishes. I get to the bag with the quickness, no I don't need no assistance, no. Yeah, no playing it safe. I said let's get it, you say not today. What can I say? You ain't gon' go for it, get out the way. Got no time to waste. Can't be with me if you're not at my pace. You're not at my level, you're not in my race. 1 foot on the gas, I'm pushing the brakes. Dancing with the devil, there's no recital. I'm killing competition, ain't no revival. I shoot it to kill it.
Started. And it'll be the Lindfield Wildcats under possession. Coming out of the break, the Wildcats will be looking to really solidify their lead in this game. As Vermeulen is going, trying to find some options all the way out to the right wing, taking it inside. A little bit of mispass, Jaden Ray on that one.
Didn't really see the call there from the refs there. It seemed like it was a sweeping call against the Lindfield Wildcats there. Get it right back to the Panthers. They've been able to claw their way back into this game right now. Right now in this fourth quarter, need to get back into this game.
And now we see Mitao sitting on the edge, trying to make something happen, taking it inside for herself. Not able to get anything on that one, but able to get the free throw. Kaylee Kahala, the junior coming from Oceanside, California, standing at 5'7". And there we can see on the replay the foul that was committed against her as she lines up to take these free throws and sinks that one perfectly.
And this is the first few free throws she's throwing this season. Already perfect right now. And Landis, that didn't seem like much of a blocking there, but hey, give it advantage to the Panthers, why not?
Advantage to the Panthers, and Kahala sinking those ones perfectly. And now Chapman Panthers cutting the deficit down. Still trailing, but only by a few points. Chapman 45, Lindfield Wildcats 49. And Jaden Ray looking to add to that lead a little bit. Fighting around, playing it out to
Landis again. Lindfield's not happy about that whatsoever.
Not happy about that whatsoever. And now we can see Layla Woods coming out for a brief break. Coming into the field, Aiden Sherfy, hoping to be able to help her team get back in the lead. And now we see Mickey Vermeulen trying to make something happen, not able to.
She wanted to call against Shanna Brown there with the blocking. Hits the bottom part of the glass there and nothing happening.
And playing it out and playing it around and trying to lay it up, not able to. And a few heads bumping down there on the court.
And Shanna Brown trying to jokingly with the refs there. A little bit of frustration with the call there. Not happy about that one. Didn't get a foul called. The refs just letting them play it out right now.
Not happy at all, but now we see Wildcats on the move again. Jaden Ray standing at the edge, trying to make something happen. Some quick footwork from Allison Mead. Allison Mead looking for the three, trying to make something happen. 10 seconds left on the clock, and Salt trying to find it. Oh my goodness, Justin Lee. Amelia Salt. We've seen her throw those three in this game, and she does it again.
That was beautiful there.
And Chapman Panthers running up the field and getting a foul. And some quick moments in the time of action, but some of the Wildcat players seeming to discuss with them down there. But as we see on the replay, Salt absolutely sinking that one. You couldn't ask for better technique than that one.
Those, and especially from the corner side of the three-point line, those are tough shots to make.
And there she is again, Callie Kahala. Still holding that perfect free throw record. And Kahala, there she is again. Cool head from Callie Kahala to be able to execute those free throws. But now the Wildcats once again trying to make something happen. Burke played out to Mead. Mead trying to find something on the edge of the three. Burke trying to play it through.
Another foul called here. This time it's called against Aiden Sherfy. On the inside there, covering Landis. That size advantage, once again, really working to their advantage.
Now we see Salt trying to find something. Gillian around the corner. Vermeulen taking it to the inside. Burke playing it out to Mead. Mead taking it for herself and sinks that one. No monkey business from Allison Mead on that one. Just getting the ball through the basket. Textbook from her.
She's been perfect inside the three-point line just before the paint, getting inside that spot and putting points away inside the bucket.
And now we see Shanna Brown. Shanna Brown take a bow. Laying that one up to perfection. And Shanna Brown continues to have an absolute stellar night here at Chapman University. And a takeaway for the Chapman Panthers. Miley Nakaji trying to find it just a little bit too far on that one. And well kept in play from Eve Burke on that one. Needing to elevate herself a bit to be able to get the pass off.
Stretch her entire body, all 5'7" of her to get that ball back in play and give it to your offense before it went out.
And now Vermeulen trying to make something happen. Vermeulen out to Mead. Mead back to Vermeulen, and Vermeulen goes for it. Oh my goodness, Mickey Vermeulen coming out of Renton, Washington, sinking that one. And now the Chapman Panthers back there, trying to find something. Kahala to Brown, and Brown trying to do it all by herself, but well defended by Mickey Vermeulen. Now we see a substitution for the Chapman Panthers. Coming out is Kahala, and coming back in to the line of play, Kira Watanabe. Of course, our very own Lisa Pressler was able to talk to her father during her sideline report, so you love to see it, but what do you love to see? 3-point shots, just missed a little bit to the left by McKenna Nitao on that one. And now Nitao trying to make it again. Taking it inside, has some space. Nitao by herself. Nitao bulldozing through bodies to get that shot off. And you love to see individual performances from players, especially players as good as McKenna Nitao. Now we see Landis Gillian. Vermeulen, just a bit too much on that one, not able to put that one through the basket. Now we see her again. Watanabe playing it in. Nitao assessing her options. Has Mead in front of her. Nitao has Salt in front of her. And it will be a foul as Layla Woods comes back on the field. Coming out is number 14, Aiden Sherfrey. But as we see on the replay here, what a absolute moment of perfection from Nitao on that one. As the referees get ready to continue this game on. Chapman Panthers down by 6, but Layla Woods trying to make that deficit a little bit smaller, just not able to. And Mead, with only less than 5 minutes left, trying to make something happen. Gillian, and with the simple layup, Landis Gillian, no stopping her in this game tonight. Now we see Shanna Brown laying it out to Watanabe. Shanna Brown taking her time, trying to make the right choice. McKenna Nitao on the edge of the three, playing it around. The shots from, and just not able to get that one into the basket. Shanna Brown missing that one, and now we see the Wildcats trying to make something happen. Mickey Vermeulen with some space, trying to play it away, almost got taken away by Miley Nakaji. But speaking of Gillian, she tries to get that one, just not able to execute that one.
This zone little defense where the Panthers have been working pretty well so far, but right now Lindfield's been able to capitalize. Panthers need to get these shots right inside the net. Not able to get it, just hitting the rim.
And just a little bit too much from that one from Woods, and a big collision down there on the court. And 3 players hitting the deck down there.
Called against Lindfield, timeout, Panthers. Another readjustment here, and they've been keeping it close so far. The Panthers have been able to keep it close. Right now with those two are 59-51. It hasn't really been much to avail. The execution-wise just really hasn't been working out. You see it here on the replay, just getting tripped up there on the way down, trying to get to that ball, and another good chance here for the Panthers to regain this thing here with 3 minutes and 46 seconds to go. I mean, still plenty of time to get this thing squared back away, but we saw this last night with UT Dallas as well. You know, they were leading in the third quarter, 19 to 6 points in that third quarter, just weren't able to get it through. And they almost tied the game with a little three-pointer attempt towards the end of the game. Gonna need a little bit of more juice here because you don't want to be in that position.
A little bit of more juice indeed is what the Chapman Panthers are going to need if they are to continue this game. A little bit of a crowd reaction on that one. Couldn't for sure tell why, but you do love to see the crowd coming out and cheering on their team, both for the Chapman Panthers and for the Lindfield Wildcats. And now we see the teams coming out, getting ready to finish up this game with 3 minutes and 46 seconds, like you mentioned, Justin Lee, left on the clock. And a little bit of an uphill battle for the Chapman Panthers, needing 8 points to be able to tie it. But as it stands, Chapman Panthers 51, Lindfield Wildcats 59. And Shanna Brown going for three. Oh my goodness, that is what they need at this stage of the game. Shanna Brown coming in big and not sinking that one for three, cutting down the deficit. But now Lindfield trying to get shot off in the paint. Allison Mead.
Yeah, they're gonna need Shannon Brown more, especially with those three-pointers. We saw that in the first half. Needs a little bit more if the Panthers want to get back in this game.
Vermeulen trying to assess her options, has Gilliam blocking for her. Burke trying to find something. Mead not able to get that one, but Gillian on the rebound, and who better, Justin, who better than Landis Gillian to get the rebound off, putting her team up to 61 points on the game.
If things stay the way that they are, there's going to be a reason why they win this game, is because of Landis.
And now Layla Woods not able to get that one. They really need these points as the clock keeps on ticking down. Amelia Salt with some options in front of her, trying to just allow that clock to tick on down with the lead. Amelia Salt on the edge, playing it to Burke.
Foul called there against Lindfield as they're trying to push the way inside. And you see Amelia Salt having some issues with the ref on that call, to ask her what was happening there. But good news for the Panthers, they get the ball back, keeping it with the 2 minute and 30 seconds. Very small chance to get this thing back, but they're gonna have to really rally fast here.
And rally fast indeed they're gonna need to do if they wanna make something of this game, or at least tie it into overtime. Layla Woods on the edge, Nitao trying to make something happen. Nakaji still going, played out. Synced by Callie Kahala. And this game is way too close to call. Justin Lee, Chapman with 55 and Lindfield Wildcats with 61 as the timeout is called. And you have to say, quite the exciting game that we've been able to cover. As we saw in the replay here, absolute buckets from Callie Kahala. We called her name a lot in this second half, Justin, but
yeah, Miley Nakaji right there on that replay, like you saw earlier, kind of doing a double screen there, letting Kahala get inside, shooting those points. Again, the Panthers need a little bit more of a chance to work on those transitions, but they just haven't been really hitting their mark in this game, Lucas. It's been a lot of trouble on their side to really get it inside the net. Layla Woods has been kind of cold. Nitao has been cold at times, and Nakaji right now in the froze zone. It's been tough for this team to really get it inside the basket. The only person that's been hot right now is Shanna Brown, but she can't do it all herself, Lucas.
And that is the beauty of team sports, like you said, Justin. Shanna Brown absolutely playing spectacularly down there on the court, but it's going to take more than one phenomenal player to be able to get the win solidified for the team. And now we'll see the Lindfield Wildcats back with the ball. Mickey Vermeulen playing it out to Mead. And Mead going for it. Good block by Vermeulen. Vermeulen trying to find a shot option. Back to Mead. Mead taking it in the paint, and just a little bit off on that one. And Chapman Panthers with 1:40 left really need to hurry things up here if they want to push into overtime. Played into Layla Woods. Layla Woods laying up the shot. Beautiful from Layla Woods. Putting that one through the basket.
They need 2 more possessions at least to get this thing back together. right now. That great shot by Layla Woods there.
And now Gillian over the ball. Mead taking it in for herself.
At least she didn't get the points there on this little transition here from Allie Mead and going down to the ground, but here comes those extra possessions here, allowing Lindfield to have the chance to kill the clock here.
Now Burke over the ball, trying to find a pass. Played out to Salt. Salt back to Burke. Burke to Vermeulen. Vermeulen trying to find something.
Travel called there against the Wildcats. That's good news for the Panthers. See the Lindfield rushing it just a little bit, just a tad bit.
Just a tad bit indeed. And a tad bit of magic is what the Chapman Panthers are going to need if they want to push this game into overtime. Layla Woods played out. Trying to make something happen. But the takeaway, defensive takeaway, absolutely phenomenal from Allison Mead on that one, getting the ball and ultimately saving her team from giving up some points.
Yeah, definitely helped with saving points and then also drawing the foul anyways with just fighting with the Panther side. And another timeout called from Lindfield.
And you have to say, if you are Carol Drew down there on the field, you are really trying to pull all your tricks out of the Magic Hat to see what you can do to bring this game back. Of course, 4-point deficit for the Chapman Panthers. If you're just tuning into the end of this game, quite the spectacle you've unfortunately missed. Chapman 57 and Lindfield Wildcats 61 points with 51.3 seconds left on the clock. And this game coming right down to the wire, Justin.
Right down to the wire indeed. But the Panthers have just been playing from behind this entire game up until this point, and we saw them take the lead back a few times, and unfortunately it's just been not in their way so far. They just haven't been able to make the shots. That's why we've seen such low-scoring games from these Panthers so far this season. They just haven't been able to put points away when they need it.
Haven't been able to put points away, indeed. And now we see Mickey Vermeulen will be the one to start the game off. Under 50 seconds left in the clock. And Lindfield Wildcats looking to really just kill some time. Not try to give up anything silly. Salt laying that one up. And that might be the points that kill this game, Justin. Amelia Salt putting that one away.
They're going to put this one away quickly if they want a chance at this thing. It's probably going to take 2 different possessions to get this thing at least tied.
And now we see Layla Woods coming back in the court, excuse me. A big substitution for Carol Drew if she wants to win this game, but ticking down, around 30 seconds left on the clock for the Chapman Panthers to make something happen. Mitao to Brown. Brown trying to find her options quickly. Big grab from her. And a big moment in this game.
Yeah, Bun Wilson didn't like that call from the ref there. Called against Kahala. Kahala taking the free throws here. Also been perfect on the free throws right now so far in this game. If the Panthers lose this game, this will be really interesting if they lose it. And why do I say that? Because last year they were at home 12-2. The record was in that 2023 season. Right now, it would be a 1-2 record if they lose this game.
And Callie Kahala with the points. Sinks both of those. Cool head from Callie Kahala. And now another timeout from the Lindfield Wildcats. And this game, with 24 seconds left on the clock, it is still far too close to call, Justin.
24 seconds, a lot can happen in 24 seconds indeed, but right now the Lindfield Wildcats not allowing the Panthers to regain control of this game, really putting some points away. And again, with those fast break points, that's where they've been excelling the most so far in this game. They score again here. That's pretty much it. You might as well just call the game, but the Panthers need at least another possession if they can get points on this.
And the Chapman Panthers really looking to get some points on this possession. Of course, if they do want to tie it, Justin, they will need to get 4 points. And 4 points is a bit of an awkward number to be able to get. You could get 2 and 2, or if you really want to solidify your win, go for 3 and just knock a 2 in. And hopefully Coach Carol Drew has come up with a plan that she believes will work. As the game gets continued down there on the court with 24.1 seconds left on the clock. And the Lindfield Wildcats, I'm sure, are just looking to kill this game off.
Well, this would be a great start for the Lindfield Wildcats. They walk away out of this building with 2 wins coming into this court alone.
As we see Mickey Vermeulen looking to get the game started again. Trying to find something having salt.
Not much you can do there. Just Nakanji drawing the foul there, giving themselves a little bit of a chance there. Amelia Salt up to the free throw line now.
And this a tremendous moment in how this game will play out. Amelia Salt with the opportunity to shut out the Chapman Panthers.
Been perfect so far this season.
And continues to be perfect in this season. Amelia Salt putting that one through the basket. And let's see if she can do it again. And not able to do that one again. And it'll be another timeout for the Chapman Panthers. Coach Carol Drew really needing some magic to be able to tie this one up. 5 points needed to be able to just draw it into overtime.
I'd imagine that they try to at least put some points on the board, obviously, whether that's 2 or 3, and then draw a foul immediately against the Wildcats in the last under 20 seconds of this game, Lucas.
Under 20 seconds left in this game, and as we can see, Carol Drew really trying to coach her team up, giving them some inspiration. I had the opportunity, of course, to interview her yesterday during our game, and she said that her players play every single game as if it was their last. And hopefully we'll be able to see some do-or-die displays from the Chapman players down there as the Lindfield Wildcats walk out back to the court ready to continue this game with 19.8 seconds left on the clock.
And that's where Carol Drew kind of emphasizes those skills, and like we talked about a bit earlier, she wants players who are coachable players, wanting to learn new techniques, wanting to win games, wanting to win championships. This is a young team. No matter what happens here today, learn from the lessons of this game.
Young team indeed, and Shanna Brown sinking that one. Shanna Brown giving some hope to this Chapman side as the Lindfield Wildcats call a timeout, but oh my goodness, Shanna Brown.
Boy, has she been perfect tonight in terms of the 3-point advantage. The only player that has been able to put points on this board on a consistent basis, not just inside the paint, but right outside the boundary of the 3 points. Again, one of the better players for this team coming into her sophomore season. They got, right now, Lindfield has a 2-point advantage. I'd imagine that they try to hold onto the ball, obviously, right? 17 seconds, hold onto that ball, under the shot clock time. Panthers, just foul them immediately. Try to give yourselves a chance. I know that's tough, but pick the player you want to foul on, especially the people who haven't been great on free throws.
And listen to that crowd rumble. 17 seconds left on the clock, and it could go any way. And there you see it again. It appears that they might be doing what you were saying, just getting those fouls in. But now an opportunity to increase the lead. Eve Burke, she's been phenomenal throughout this game. And now we'll see if she can extend the lead for the Wildcats.
7 for 10 yesterday against Pomona Pitzer on free throws. No free throws. This is some of the first few free throws she's making right now in this game.
And Eve Burke with the free throw, and listen to that crowd. Smooth as you want. Eve Burke on that one.
Right now, this is the dagger right here for Eve Burke. Puts this one away, that's it.
And Eve Burke lining it up, sinks that one. And Eve Burke making the Chapman Panthers call another timeout. And they just keep going and going in this one, Justin.
Well, now they have possession of the ball, and why not again try to get it to Shanna Brown? She's been hot this entire game. If the pot is cooking hot, you play with that. Cook your dinner tonight and put that thing away. Shanna Brown, obviously, they need to do something here with that. Again, give yourselves a shot. If Shanna Brown can sink this three once again, then draw another foul against a different person, I would say suggestively, if you want to stay alive in this game.
And Shanna Brown, we saw her with some heroics previously, and now the Chapman Panthers needing some more of the Brown magic. And hopefully they will be able to get that as the ball is played into the court.
Running out of time.
And trying to find the foul. Shanna Brown not able to sink that one as it hits the top of the backboard. And Coach Carroll with some strong words to the referee. It appeared that there was a bit of roughhousing down there on the court as the ball was played in. And Coach Carroll Drew really speaking her mind about that call.
Well, yeah, you can probably hear her voice from all the way across the world and how loud she yells to the side.
And now we see Layla Woods getting ready to come back in with Miley Nakaji. And listen to Carol Drew down there on the court. We know that she has been here for 2 decades, so she knows how to coach properly. And you love to hear that communication down there on the field from her.
And once again, Eve Burke putting on there. And you see Carol Drew discussing with the ref about that call earlier. Not happy about that.
And Eve Burke sinking that one. And some would say some of that hope glimmering for the Chapman Panthers. Eve Hope, arguably one of the Wildcats' best free throwers, standing over it. And she displays her ability, sinking that one perfectly. And now the Chapman Panthers call a timeout, but a 6-point deficit now. Justin?
6-point deficit. I mean, we've seen crazier things in life than, you know, apples to apples. This is a tough situation to put yourselves in. It's really tough to get back from these situations. They've been trying to kill the clock here, and they're really trying to, you know, let this thing kind of simmer a little bit and calling those timeouts because she knows that there's still a chance on the table no matter what. If there's even the slightest chance, you got to allow your players to give themselves a shot here. But so far, Burke has been able to put this thing away.
And here we go, getting the game underway. Chapman Panthers with a lot of uphill work to do, needing 6 points to be able to tie this and draw it into overtime.
And again, learn the mistakes of this game, whatever the turnout becomes.
And Brown lining it up, just not able to get that one. And a physical little grab, Kira Watanabe giving that one up.
And no choice there on that. When that ball was given away, and Sultan is able to get that ball back. Got to draw the foul, kill the clock, stop it from ticking down.
And now it'll be Amelia Salt sinking that one perfectly. Cool heads down there on the court. Amelia Salt going for her second. And getting that one in just about off the rim, but 5 seconds left on the clock for the Chapman Panthers. Mittal running up the field quickly. Watanabe. Oh my. Maybe one for her own personal highlight reel, Justin Lee, but Watanabe's sinking that one.
They're going to put the time back on the clock because it didn't expire after she made that shot there from Kira. Kira's also been one of those up-and-coming three-point shooters for this team. Just another one added to her name there on that shot. Another great freshman player to watch out for the rest of the season.
And that will conclude this game. And you have to say, Justin Lee, quite the spectacle in the fourth quarter, very close at times.
No,
But-
certainly, and very close at times, but unfortunately not in the way of the Panthers. Again, they've just not been able to do much in this game, executing on shots. And again, you hear the same theme, the same story day in, day out. Every time you come into a new season, is that, you get growing pains. That's exactly what's going to happen in the beginning of the season. We're seeing those growing pains come out here. This is a young team. Again, learn from the mistakes of the games that you play early in the season. Take those, go to the drawing board, and come back. Lindfield, you see that veteran presence with just one senior, right? And Landis, and being able to be a factor in this game and that high advantage, being able to use it. You could learn a few things from Landis in the way that she plays down there on the court tonight.
You surely could. Landis Gillian, of course, being one of those star players for the Lindfield Wildcats, absolutely bowling her way to success down there on the court. She was tremendous, but you have to say, as a team, the entire roster for the Lindfield Wildcats all came together and put it together a very good display. Away from home, it's not always easy, Justin.
No, never easy indeed. And obviously the Panthers have had a really good home record coming into this season, 12-2. Now they fall to 1-2. It's a tough way to go out to start the season, especially in your own hometown with all these players and all these fans here. Lindfield came away and they were putting things away. And Eve Burke, we saw her really doing great on the free throws and putting points away. Layla Woods had her time a little bit as well, and unfortunately just not been able to execute. Execution has been such a big key here for the Panthers to, go back and practice throughout the week. They're going to have a break here, obviously, until they play UCSC in Santa Cruz later on to start the season. Give it time,
Give it time. A young team for the Chapman Panthers. You love to see a young team really starting to play. Some of these better teams having time to develop, having time to get to know each other. And you do have to say, Chapman Panthers losing 65-70 against the Lindfield Wildcats. It was a very close game, but for the Chapman Panthers, you do have to say that it was very, very good. And Justin Lee, stellar performance from the teams down there.
No, definitely a stellar performance indeed. And you see the way that this game was played out. And now Lisa Presser's down on the court with that MVP. Lisa, give us the insight about Landis and her performance.
Thank you, Justin and Lucas. I'm here with our MVP number 32, Jillian Landis. And you had a total of 21 points that you scored today. Tell me, what was your mentality for today's game?
My mentality was just going in, being there with my teammates. I knew they were going to look to give me the ball and just going up strong when I got it.
Nice. And what do you think were the key factors that led to your success on the court?
I think just playing together with my teammates, knowing what we were doing was good. We had a game plan coming into this, and we knew what we were going to do was good.
And lastly, what were the challenges that you faced in today's game, and how did you overcome them?
I would say definitely a scrappy team. California teams are really in your face, and playing on that, yeah.
Love it. Well, thank you, and congrats on your win.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm Lisa Pressler from CSBN, signing off.
Thank you so much, Lisa Pressler. And you have to say, Landis Gillian, of course, we talked about her all throughout the game. She played absolutely tremendously down there on that court, with not only with her physicality, really using her height to advantage, but also her technique was absolutely perfect.
Right, and that's why you have those types of players out there with the height advantage there. Obviously, the greatest players in our history, Shaquille O'Neal, those type of tall players being able to play in there, Wembanyama and all that. And we saw the way that she played tonight, and she was really putting it out there, working inside the paint, working with her height to her advantage, and just the way that she played.
Just the way that she played was indeed very spectacular. And as we can see on some of the highlights, she was absolutely tremendous in this game, laying up so many shots. Of course, as Lisa said, marking more than 20 shots. There we can see she was absolutely in full domination down there on that court, sinking them from in the paint, from the 3-yard line, from free throws. There's nothing that she couldn't do down there.
No, absolutely not, and especially with this type of young cast around her to help her out. She's been the quintessential leader, obviously the only senior on this roster for Lindfield, and getting help from the likes of Eva and Amelia Salt, and being able to get those passes on and putting it right inside the paint. That veteran presence, what's the difference in this game for certain for the Lindfield Wildcats, and what better way than putting it on your leader.
And what better way indeed. And you have to say, that Landis Gillian was absolutely tremendous. As we can see on some of the stats right here from the team comparison, it really seemed that Chapman was kind of holding off on the free throws, but the Wildcats just really coming in and using that grittiness and that toughness that they have to be able to pull through and get the result.
Right, and again, we talked about how the game was actually kind of close on paper, right? But then you see these stats here, the field goal percentage higher for Lindfield in the way that this was played out, and the Panthers wasn't executing on field goals. Obviously, they both were equally shooting on 3 points just as well. Shanna Brown was perfect tonight. Kara Watanabe, another one of those up-and-coming players to look out for the rest of the season. The free throws for the Panthers obviously there, but those only come in foul situations, and unfortunately for the Panthers, they didn't really have a whole lot of opportunities, but something to learn from.
Well, some people learn from, and I'm sure as the season continues, the Chapman Panthers will be able to really develop and come together as a team. But from up here in the commentators booth, my name is Lucas Pan, accompanied by my partner in crime, Justin Lee. We'd like to thank you for tuning in, and we also like to thank Izzy and Jack, our producer and director, for setting up such a tremendous broadcast for us. And we'll see you. And we will see you in our next broadcast. Signing out. Thank you.